with the Carolina Panthers.
Alrighty, welcome to another Old Guy Gaming Network exhibition game in Madden 2022. I was going to say, I have been watching a YouTube channel called WinMadden, and he just gives you, tips, tricks, whatnot, on basically how to get better in the game. And so this game specifically, I changed my playbook. He had a listing of top 5 playbooks in the game, and I'm going with the the Las Vegas Raiders playbook, just because he says it's one of the better running playbooks in the game. And it's also good for passing, so we will see if a better playbook can help me play offense a little better in this game.
It's a great opportunity for Sam Darnold. And he's able to take this one up to the 35-yard line.
On any explosive run, you can almost feel the ground shaking, and that's from the offensive linemen creating space for their runners. I had an old coach tell me before, they always told his runners, run around the offensive line in pregame. Get used to the ground shaking so you don't trip and fall when it happens in a game.
And this time he's not going anywhere. They'll get him down right at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play, and now they're faced with a 3rd and 1. They're just play number 3 here on the opening drive, and it's an early 3rd and 1. They'll try and pick it up with McCaffrey. A second spin. Gets through, and now an opening. And he is going to have a Panthers first down.
That was my fault. Didn't realize it was freaking 3rd and 1.
They got stuffed at the line. Different story here. Over 20 yards. Defense had a chance to get off the field there in the opening drive.
Awareness.
I know that we go into these meetings with coaches, and sometimes
It's not overrated.
we can get a little bit numb because they're always going to talk about how important 3rd down is, aren't they? Offense and defense. In this case, one capitalized, and the other, as you said, had a chance to get off the field and didn't get it done.
No gain on the play there.
But like I said, I fully expect the Panthers to just march right down the field and score in all these exhibition games. That's pretty much always the way it goes. The computer team will get the ball first. They'll go right down the field, score. Doesn't seem like there's anything at all I can do about it.
To throw again on 2nd down. Darnold, throw left side complete. That's Hubbard. 9 yards, not quite enough, and they'll be left now with 3rd and 1.
I like it, I like it, I like it. Get everyone involved in the passing game, and you can create those great mismatches throwing it to your guys out of the backfield.
And on the first drive, that can also help establish some rhythm, right?
I think so. It gets everyone involved. They feel like they're part of it, and really gets them amped up as they go forward.
3rd down, here's McCaffrey. And it was a stiff arm there that freed him enough to get the first before he's tackled. Just 4 yards on the pickup, but that's good enough to extend the drive.
They did tell us they wanted to establish the ground game early, didn't they?
They did, and a small sample size that we've seen so far, but pretty good return.
Yeah, you got to like that. They've strung together a couple of first downs, established what they wanted, the running game. And guess what? They also got their lead guy running it pretty well, too.
Trying to run inside, but nothing there. And now Anderson is slow to get up. Staying down after that last play. While the trainers take a look, we'll step aside. Here's 2nd and 10. The shotgun snap for Darnold. And down he goes. They sack him back right around the 40.
It's one of the reasons why I like defensive line usering is if I can get pressure just a little bit, like up the middle with a defensive tackle, the QB is going to try to roll out, and then he'll roll into Chase Young or Montez Sweat. All right, so watch, we got a 3rd and 20. I would not be surprised if he gets it.
Now it's Darnold. Gets this to his running back. It's Christian McCaffrey.
Close.
And he's able to get it down to the 25-yard line. pickup of 16, but they'll remain short of the marker, and it's 4th down. And his kick is right there. It's good. And the Panthers stake claim to a 3-0 lead.
Yeah, holding them to 3, I'll take that.
In the end, the
better than what I normally do.
Points, maybe not the touchdown that they wanted, though.
Yeah, but bottom line, they wanted to get something out of that drive, and they did that. 3 points, they won't turn that down at all.
And ultimately cannot get this out to the
I wonder if they do, if they simulate, a lot of NFL teams, they do what's called scripting plays, where, they'll script the first, 15 offensive plays that they're going to run in a game, and, it seems like the teams that do that, a lot of times they'll come right out and kind of do the same thing. They go right down the field and score, and then, the defense sort of catches up on what they're doing. And, slows them down. I wonder if the game tries to simulate that, and the reason why the offense is so hard to stop on that opening possession.
First time with Antonio Gibson. 3 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be 2nd down.
Well, that's just a pile of bodies there, and that's when you kind of find out who's a tough guy, right? Who can stand up and make a play. It was only a 3-yard run, but for both
I'm going to go for Logan Thomas here. He's my primary read.
I can stand up when the going gets tough in here.
And his throw here is incomplete. He was trying to hit Thomas that time. 3rd down here.
Threw it too late.
To me, one thing's for sure. When you're the underdogs and you're playing on the road, you absolutely have to get takeaways. You've got to get the ball from them.
Yeah, win that turnover battle. Going to be
Go
key.
for
They
Humphreys.
didn't get one there, but you get the feeling they keep making plays like that, they might just get a few.
Yeah, once you get one, defensive teams think they come in bunches.
And they work this well upfield across the 45. The end result, 21 yards.
That's a play that will likely be forgotten when you talk about big moments in this game. But plays like this are critical to keep drives.
Yeah, so I heard this I form close is supposed to be, at least last year, a guy says it was a really good run formation for Madden.
On 1st and 10, it's Gibson. And he'll get across midfield and into Carolina territory. It's a 6-yard pickup, and it gets him to 2nd and 4.
A quick burst there, and he nicely bit off a pretty decent game.
Scary Terry or Logan Thomas.
On 2nd down and 4, Fitzpatrick. And this one incomplete. Too much contact to hold on to that one, and it's 3rd down.
And partner, to me, that one was all about timing. If he's there too early, it's going to be a pass interference call. If he's too late, it's a completed pass. He was Johnny on the spot on that one.
Now they face a 3rd down and 4 after that incompletion on 2nd down. Fitzpatrick. He gets it to Thomas. The completion lines up a wash, and it'll bring up
Bad decision on my part. It's funny. I scream about that all the time when watching games where if it's 4th and 4, wide receivers run 2-yard patterns, and I just did the same freaking thing.
Yeah, they completed it all right and lost yardage.
And now the punter, Tress Way, as he sends this one away. The Panthers coming back out onto the field for their 2nd drive. They've got a 3-0 lead. And
it's funny,
they start 1st and 10.
When I was a kid in the 80s watching football, I remember punters used to specialize in something called the coffin corner. They used to always punt it and get it low. Get it into the corners, of the end zone. He's like, you don't see punters do that anymore. He's like, I wonder why. I mean, I remember a guy, the Redskins had a punter named Mike Bragg, I think was his name. And yeah, he was a master at that. And, he could get the ball inside the 5-yard line and would go out of bounds there all the time. Now it seems like you see punters, they try to, sky the ball and, get guys down there to cover it. It's like, you just don't see anybody doing the coffin corner anymore.
lands on a 2nd down and 17. Another try after the first down sack. Darnold, and he'll go down right on the edge of the red zone following a pickup of about 7 or 8. Throwing here on 3rd down, Darnold. And he will find the rookie from LSU, Terrace Marshall. And he is going to have a Panthers first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. Darnold to Marshall there, first down Panthers. We've seen quite a bit of the short passing game here early on first quarter, haven't we?
We have, and I think it works a couple of ways for this team because, number one, you throw the short game until they stop it. And if they're not going to stop it, you keep throwing it, and occasionally you'll break a tackle and turn into a bigger gain. Also, if they start to creep up, start to pressure receivers, now you go over the top, take it deep, and now you get some of those big shots downfield.
15 more there, and they're on a roll. It's another first down.
So many times in my career, I've heard coaches talk about completions are one thing.
This is what I think. I'm literally going to have to turn the CPU offensive sliders all the way to the bare minimum.
You're going to give up 10, 12, 15 yards after the catch.
Okay, there he finally has an incompletion, but it's like, you know, at least on all Madden, you know, the computer quarterback is always seems like he's going to complete 90% of his passes. And that's just, it's not simulation football.
To throw is Darnold. Over the middle, complete. It's Arnold. And they're going to have another first down here as the tackle's made at Washington's 44-yard line. His first catch there, good for 10 yards and a first down. Darnold will hand off to McCaffrey. And he's going to get this inside the 30. 50 yards rushing for him as he's got the afternoon off to a great start. Well, they're making a real first quarter statement with a run game, no doubt.
For those who remember old school football, running it, establishing things, seeing backs find holes, get through them, they've got to like what they're seeing from this unit so far. Right now, they've decided to, as you said, establish the run game, and they've been successful doing it.
They'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11. 3-0 after 1 on EA Sports. On 2nd and 11 now. Darnold, and he's got the hook up to Moore.
Oh, it's time to give a little credit there to the defense. They played that very well because it was a drag route, and he ran it a little shallower than normal as he worked straight across the field. He was hoping he'd get lost behind the defensive line. But once he made the catch, nowhere to turn upfield and gain any yardage.
He'll get this out wide here to McCaffrey. And he'll go out of bounds in the red zone just inside the 20. 9 yards on the play.
I mean, this, like, you know, once again, this is a perfect example of how stupid this game is. You know, Deron Payne is literally getting free runs at the quarterback, and it's like he doesn't feel any pressure at all. He just calmly hits, you know, makes the perfect read, perfect throw every single time.
That call makes sense because they've been throwing it well on this drive, and once again they show passing.
But yay, simulation football.
Then they ran out of it. That was a nice play by them defensively, though, to hold it to a short gain.
To throw on 2nd and 6, Darnold.
Well, that's a defensive coordinator's got to be happy with that result. They took away all options downfield and forced the incompletion.
The Panthers on 3rd down. They've been near perfect. 4 for 5 to this point. This will be 3rd and 6. Darnold. And that is incomplete. But the pressure there on 3rd down, forcing the errant pass. 4th down coming up. So 2 3rd down conversions on this drive, but not able to get a 3rd, and now they deal with 4th down.
It's funny, somebody in the comments said, he's like, yeah, gee, they haven't, updated the commentary in like 4 years. But, honestly, I believe that within the game, there are dozens, if not hundreds of features that are already in the game that are locked behind code. And I believe that every year, for the last 4 or 5 years, all EA does is go in and turn some features on and off and then issue a roster update. Basically, we're paying for the exact same game with just, already existing content turned on or off in a roster update. And so, their development cycle for the game, it's probably costing them, 20, 30 grand to make those changes. And then they'll turn around and boom, here's a whole new game. It's bullshit.
Jeremy Chin, the Panthers' leading tackler last year, up to make the stop.
Well, on every play call, you realize it's not going to go for a touchdown. So a lot of your calls are setting things up for maybe later in the game, trying to establish the inside run with toughness now.
It'd be nice if I could get Scary Terry alone one-on-one.
Now this one complete downfield on the left side. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. That one covers 24 yards. It's a first down. Fitzpatrick going to give to Gibson. And he's going to get this one down near the 45-yard line. Daquan Jones in on the tackle there.
Well, sometimes you just have to give credit to the defense.
I love how, when the computer runs the ball, freaking their guy has freeways to run through.
Really nice job swarming to the ball carrier.
Fitzpatrick throwing complete.
Freaking when I try to run the ball, boom. My guy's got 6 guys in his face immediately.
The 31 now on 1st and 10. A handoff for Gibson. He'll be dropped at the 25 after a gain of 6.
But I'll take 4 yards a carry. That's not bad.
An extended one, and the guy carrying the ball, he's becoming more like a body blows guy. Every carry is putting some damage on
See if
the
we
defense.
can get Curtis Samuel
After a while, I'm not too sure how many guys
on the cross.
tackle him.
Now here's a throw. It's complete.
Dangerous throw on my end.
Tackles made at the Panthers 14.
Curtis Samuel exhibited a lot of versatility for 4 years in Carolina. Now in his first year with Washington, expect this football team to try and put the ball in his hands a variety of ways.
Barber on 1st and 10, and he'll get about 3 just outside the 10.
I apologize for cursing a little while earlier. I'm trying to keep my emotions in check, because if I get frustrated, I know for sure I'll play worse. But yeah, I'm trying to keep my emotions in check, trying to
coming up on 2nd and 7.
Just trying to be level-headed about it, because remember I said that I'm super competitive. Touchdown, Washington! I was going to say I'm super competitive, and I'll beat a 5-year-old at tiddlywinks till he cries, not care. So being hardwired that way, I literally could become the next Flight. Doing Madden videos where I'm smashing controllers and friggin' just absolutely losing my stuff. That could easily be me. So I definitely try to keep a tight rein on what I'm doing. Because I understand. Like, I don't want to beat that guy. Unfortunately, I'm hardwired that way. I've been that way since I was a kid. I don't know how to, like I said, I don't know how to fix it. Like, I don't know how to change who I am. So, like I said, I'm doing my best not to, be that guy. Way to go, Payne.
I think doubling him has to be a priority, because you can't move up to the next level if you don't take care of him first.
Officially nothing on that last run. They'll try again 2nd and 10. pistol. McCaffrey. And they're able to get this one across the 35.
That's a good call on the computer's part. I was going to say, I was not expecting a run there.
And so many times defenses say, okay, we got you hemmed in. But if you're running the football, at least you know where everyone is coming from. You don't have to worry about the backside at all. That allows you to run with a little bit more confidence as you traverse down the field.
On first down, this is McCaffrey. And the hole closes quickly there. He gets maybe a couple up to the 38.
Oh, that's a real nice job there by the defense in front. They just engaged and held their ground. But how about the guy who made the play? We often talk about whether they take a good first step or not. Many times you just don't take any step. Just get your feet moving, get your body going, and then once he made the read, he was able to make the play. And we see another pitch and catch there to the running back. This position just continues to evolve. They become just as critical to the passing attack as a lot of receivers, tight ends, because their ability to make people miss in the open field can really generate big plays for an offense.
And he will lose yardage back to the 34-yard line. 6 yards in the wrong direction that time. Not only that, but it brings up fourth. On fourth down, Joseph Charlton on to punt. Steven Sims set to return it for Washington. They'll net only 35 here following a 43-yard boot, 8-yard return. And it will be Washington football now with a 1st and 10. So out comes Washington's offense to take over. And that last drive, a long drive, but not just that. They had a great air attack going. Do they stick with that?
I would think that they would, because if they were confident enough to do it on the last drive, starting backed up in their own territory, why would you change anything? They've got to be confident about what they're presenting and continue to do so.
I think I'm going to try to score here. Knowing my play style and my penchant for throwing interceptions is probably a bad idea.
That's complete. Terry McLaurin with it. And he takes this one down almost all the way to the 30. The 2 big plays right in succession as this one goes for 27.
Not only have they completed a couple on this drive, but they peeled off some pretty good chunks of yardage, too.
Absolutely. Great start. 2 nice plays in the pass game. Now can they continue to feed off that? Now we'll throw here to his running back. And at his size, he's a smaller back. You can get him the football. He can kind of get lost, make someone miss. It's good for him.
Yeah, it's great for him. I like what you said there. Sometimes he gets lost in the traffic a little bit, but get him out in the open field into some space. That plays to his strengths the best and keeps him out of it long. You know, make him make someone miss in the open field.
I saw him.
That'll stop the clock here with just under a minute to play in half number 1. An incomplete pass on 2nd down leads us to 3rd and inches. They hand off to their big tight end. And he will have the 1st down across the 20 to the 19-yard line. And Washington now going to use the first of their 3 timeouts as they get the stoppage with a little over 50 seconds to go in the first half. So here's a 1st and 10 now down inside the 20. From the red zone now, Fitzpatrick. And he's got it. Touchdown.
Touchdown, Washington.
19 yards away. And Washington able to stretch that lead out even further. CD for them. This has just been an offensive explosion here in the 2nd quarter.
Yeah, held scoreless in the 1st quarter. Now they find the end zone again here in the 2nd. Sometimes.
So yeah, so I knew I was going to throw to what the hell's his name? I knew I was going to throw to Humphreys or Logan Thomas. Logan Thomas was on a drag this way, and he was on a vertical route now based off the safety. and him, one-on-one on a linebacker or safety. But that safety's close up like that. I figured, if he gets by him, that's probably going to be my read. So, boom, the guy jams him, and as soon as he's by him right there, I've already made my decision. Let's throw the ball.
Some patience. A lot of people think it's always an
So good read on my part. Simple. Once again, it's a single read. I didn't have to go through progressions or anything like that. But I'm happy. I do seem to like the Raiders playbook a heck of a lot more than the Washington football team's playbook.
Following the touchdown, Dustin Hopkins will kick it away. No run back here, down to a knee, and this drive will start at the 25. Out comes Christian McCaffrey with the rest of the offense. And I'm wondering if maybe they don't go away from him on this drive a little bit. He's been great, but they haven't scored a lot of points.
I don't expect them to run here.
Show him as a threat. Make sure he touches it a few times, but as you pointed out, use him as a decoy a little bit and get the ball in the hands of some other people in order to put more points on the board. But he's done a really nice job of establishing them with his running.
Yeah, he's established himself well. Now can they put more points up? A fake to McCaffrey. Now Darnold. Into a sea of defenders and intercepted.
Oh, man.
Top by Benjamin St. Just. And a return across midfield and the 46-yard line.
I was hoping if one of those other DBs would have blocked that guy, I think I would have had.
Yeah, they had an opportunity there, and they weren't able to capitalize on it. And that's something that could come back and haunt them later. They're begging their defense now to keep them from scoring.
All right, and looking at John Bates here, tight end, or Harmon.
Following the interception here, Fitzpatrick.
And nobody.
And down he goes. Fitzpatrick sacked. Now Washington going to use the second of their 3 timeouts, as the clock will stop with 33 seconds to go in the first half. That huge loss on the sack makes this job much more difficult.
Curtis Samuel deep down the field.
22 yards to go. Another try after the first down sack. Fitzpatrick. This will be caught at Samuel. Now Washington going to go ahead and use their final timeout as they stop it with 28 seconds to go in the first half of play. From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10.
Go for Logan Thomas on the wheel route.
Working out of the gun, Fitzpatrick. And this is incomplete. Oh, it looked like he had a pretty good line on that one. That would have been a big play, but he could not pull it in. Here's 2nd and 10 now from about the 32. Here's Fitzpatrick. He's going to let this go. Back in the end zone. And this is incomplete. Oh, that looked like a sure 6 points, but he could not get that to stick, and that is a golden opportunity wasted there.
Pissed me off. I saw Logan Thomas earlier. I saw him early. And I think if I would have thrown it earlier, I probably would have had a touchdown there.
So the turnover leads to points.
Does anybody do the same thing, like, in tight situations where I know I've got I have clock issues, down and distance issues, whatever. It's like, I won't say I panic, but I get tight. And probably, don't make the best decisions under pressure. Hopefully that will get fixed over time. The more I play, the more comfortable I get.
As they go to work with 12 seconds on the clock. They'll indeed try to run it out as they start on the ground. And he's not going to go anywhere as they get him down behind the line of scrimmage. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11. So we've reached halftime here at our nation's capital.
Well, I will say that this is probably my best half of football I've played in my limited exposure to Madden 22. I'm very, very happy with a
Okay, Brandon, thanks very much.
17-6 lead. I wish I was running the ball better because 25 yards rushing is not going to cut it.
Brandon Godden and Charles Davis.
All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. So Washington in a good spot. They've got the lead. They will get the football as the second half gets underway.
It's funny how it's all the rage now to kick the ball to start off the game so you get the ball coming out of halftime. I was doing that in computer football games all the way back in the 80s.
And we shine that spotlight on Ryan Fitzpatrick. He's showing off that arm.
And so, like, especially if I had the ball last in the first half, and I could march down the field and I could score, and there's no time left, get the ball coming out of the second half. If I could score again, generally I could put most games away on the first possession of the third quarter.
In the huddle, on the sidelines, guaranteed he's thanking those big guys up front for keeping him safe. I have a feeling he made him buy dinner.
Indeed, entertaining to relive some of those deep balls. And running room scarce here. He's going to be stopped in his tracks at the line of scrimmage. The former Cardinal Hassan.
Going to go for Logan Thomas.
So after the run for no gain, here's 2nd and 10. Fitzpatrick to throw it. Oh, look at Thomas wide open. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. 19 yards to pick up there. Move the chains. 3 tight ends in the ball game here on 1st and 10. Here's a give to Gibson. And very little daylight there. He'll get a couple up to the 44. In the first half, he was held in check on the ground, but despite that lack of production, they still have the lead.
And they've got to feel fortunate about that. If they could actually get production from their lead horse,
We're going scary Terry here on my slant.
Widen this margin too.
From the 44, Fitzpatrick. He'll check this one down to Barber. And he'll be brought down just shy of midfield at the 49-yard line. It's a gain of 5, and that'll bring up a 3rd down. I think you would agree, just a good decision right there. Goes for the safe play, gets some yardage out of it.
And showed some toughness as well. As you noted, he stayed right in there. Saw the rush was coming, hung in there, took the hit, dumped it out to the outside, and now they pick up some yardage, and you have them back this grateful to you, and will continue to make plays.
Give him 6 yards, and they do convert on 3rd.
Brandon, I think you and I were both raised the same way in the game of football. You run to set up the pass, but I think we've discovered in this NFL, a lot of teams pass to set up the run.
Looking for Logan Thomas out here.
They've aired it out, thrown it around the yard. Now they've come back to the running game, and they find a way to be successful with it.
Now this one to his tight end out on the right side. And he gets this inside the 35-yard line. The Washington passing game dialed in.
Run a little stretch play.
They'll try the left side with Gibson.
I mean, I don't know if the computer, simulates it or whatever, but I'm a big believer in the trying to mix run and pass. I think in real life it confuses the defense and kind of makes it easier.
Fitzpatrick.
There's my typical thing, my brain telling me, don't throw it, don't throw it, don't throw it. My thumb says, screw you, and pushes the button. I freaking knew I shouldn't have thrown that.
And that was the position you wanted to be in.
Man, that's frustrating.
To start this 3rd quarter, get a nice drive going, looking for the end zone. Possibly got a little bit too greedy right there.
They'll try to get the running game going with McCaffrey. Stopped at the 24-yard line after a gain of 5.
Nice satisfying run on 1st down for the offense, picking up 5, which means defensively, the thought process is entirely different. You don't want to panic, but at the same time, you're saying to each other, we've got to tighten this down. We can't give up gains like that.
play fake, and it's Darnold. He's got a man on the crossing route. That's Moore. And he's brought down after a very nice gain. That one good for 26 and a first down.
And partner, they're locked in man coverage out left, and they end up running a crossing route. Rounded it a little bit more than a slant. He's just going to angle himself towards the right side of the field, and that's very difficult for a defender to shadow him across all that ground.
From the 50, it's Darnold. Got a man right side, it's McCaffrey. And they'll get him down as he's inside the 40. Back-to-back nice plays, 12 yards that time and a first down.
A couple of first downs right in succession, and this is an offense that could really use a good drive, and they're off to a fast start here.
Got his man, Robbie Anderson. And he's brought down at the 34. Call it a gain of 4. They'll contain him to just 4. Second down.
So here's a perfect example of why I scoff when it says simulation football. So here Darnold's having to roll out to his right, but yet, he's able to throw back across his body and throw a dot, an accurate dot at that.
From the shotgun to McCaffrey.
Yeah.
And he'll go down at the 20.
McCaffrey's going to run over Chase Young. Yeah. Simulation football.
A first down throw, Darnold.
But see, I literally believe that Madden is, there is a, what I call random number generator, meaning, if offense picks play A and defense picks play B, I believe that the outcome is predetermined. Okay, so, he's going to hand the ball off to Christian McCaffrey for 9 yards or whatever. And then the computer, then what your input is literally not going to have much to do with it. So, I believe that run was predetermined, that, McCaffrey was going to have X amount of yards gained. And it didn't matter that Chase Young came through. Computer wasn't going to let him tackle him.
Here's Darnold. And that will be incomplete. Strong coverage by Washington. And now fourth down. And this will split the uprights. It's right down the middle. And that'll make this an 8-point game. So 3 points, maybe not a grand prize at this stage, but it does get them back within one score.
It certainly does, because now they stay within shouting distance. So that means everyone on your sideline stays engaged in this game.
Yep, that interception I threw, God, that was a minimum of a 6-point swing. Could be a 10-point swing.
Now we get a peek at the captain of this offense heading back out there. And he comes out on the heels of an interception he threw last time they had the ball.
Yeah, and the quarterbacks that I know that are the best ones, the ones that really know how to lead their team, they tell them, that's on me. That's my bad. But let's go back out there and move ahead again, guys. We can get this done.
One good thing for him, it did only lead to 3 points and not a touchdown after that turnover.
Big thanks to the defense.
From the 30 on second down, Fitzpatrick, and able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. 5th catch of the afternoon, and that gives him a first down.
Yeah, I would say playbooks do matter.
Here's Gibson.
Because if you've seen any of my, the first 2 exhibition games, offensively, I was odious.
No gain on the play there, second down.
Couldn't move the ball at all. I don't think
Yeah, that's what their job is, and really a lot of the time
I'm certainly not ready for
in the run game, because those defensive ends are like in a sprinter stance. They're just
prime time.
That was good recognition on that play to hold them.
I think offensively, I am.
In the third quarter here in D.C.,
I'm looking at Humphreys.
And that'll be incomplete. Took a pretty good shot as he tried to pull that one in. Couldn't hang on, third down.
That's an excellent play by the defender. He diagnosed that one, closed quickly, and helped force the incompletion.
They had the incomplete pass on second
Yeah,
down.
looking
Now
at
they
Kelvin
need a
Harmon,
big
my A
play
receiver,
here, 3rd and 10.
and then McKissick, my B receiver.
Here's Fitzpatrick. He'll go underneath through this one to McKissick. And he'll work it across midfield inside the 45. 10 yards there, good for a Washington first down.
Whenever we talk about moving the sticks and controlling the football, there's a great example right there. Those are the third downs you need to convert to win football games. We're in the third quarter of this one, and this is a tight one. In order to maintain pace, keep the ball away from the other team, and put points on the board, those are the plays they need to continue to convert.
It's a 6-yard gain on the ground, and that'll make it 2nd and 4. Fitzpatrick now. A throw left side caught here by the tight end Bates. He's going to be out of bounds.
I saw the linebacker covering Scary Terry. So I knew, yep, better find somebody else to freaking throw it to.
With the football and the lead as we start the 4th. Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on first
Try a
and
little
10.
quick toss action.
They run the toss now with Gibson. Gave a glimpse of his power, but not a whole lot of space. Down at the 30.
He pissed me off. He's like, man, he, that should have been a huge run, but
But how about what we did see? Pursuit, wrap up, and then the big finish with the tackle.
see if I can get Curtis Samuel on a crossing or Logan Thomas on the out.
On 2nd and 9, Fitzpatrick. Oh, no, he lost the ball. And it's picked up by the Panthers. And his guys will set up shop at midfield at the 50-yard line.
I know you're looking at the scoreboard clock. We're getting to the end of this game. But they were in what was really called 4-minute offense. And that's
So I guess the computers decided, yep, you're not going to win this game no matter what you do.
off the clock, not giving them a chance to come back. But bottom line is, what did I say in the beginning? Taking care of the football. That didn't happen.
Didn't do it, a costly turnover. Looking right sideline, but it's incomplete.
We've got to give out a little applause on that play. It has to go to the defense. More good work by them. They've taken away the passing lanes all game long, and you can see the frustration that it's causing because he just about threw that one into the first row.
That's to McCaffrey, complete. 5 yards, now it's 3rd and 5. One thing I think that's safe to say,
Yeah, I almost think that
the tackling's been really
just
good.
going to experiment with just straight man defenses because
You're not getting the benefits of run after catch. You're tackling them almost on the spot. That means you have to run extra plays, harder to move it.
And that is incomplete.
it seems like,
To take away his first read, and by the
you
time
know,
he
in
tried
whatever
to
zones you
find
pick,
an open
whatever, there's
target,
guys,
the
you know,
coverage was too good.
they're doing the Fauci plan. There's nobody within 6 yards of the defender every time. See, now there's a coffin corner kick that the computer executed. Pretty good job.
And they'll spot it right at the 20. Out comes this field general once more, leading his offense back onto the field. And right now, probably just one thing in his mind, it's getting back to the hot start because he's really faded.
And ordinarily when that happens, the quarterback, as you know, is usually the leader of the squad. Now there's probably a silent camaraderie that comes about him saying, hey, guess what? We got you. Don't worry
need
about
Logan.
it. Let's go, big fella. Because they know more times than not, he tends to pick things up.
I'm going to look at Ricky Seals-Jones or
Here's 2nd and 5.
Scary Terry.
Now Fitzpatrick. That's complete to his receiver, McLaurin. And he gets this up to the 34, out of bounds there. Fitzpatrick to McLaurin there, first down Washington. Matt Rule not a big fan of that last call, and he's going to go ahead and challenge it. Did he keep those feet in bounds? That's the question.
Yeah, man, he's dragging that.
I got to say, watching it in real time, it was awfully close.
Yeah, it certainly looked like a heck of a catch because it didn't appear to bobble it, which could complicate things. But even with the benefit of replay, that's pretty tight.
Now here's the call.
No, well, it's a
So the
first down,
challenge there
so
does not go their way. This
stick 'em
will
with that
indeed remain a
timeout.
completed pass. On first down, Gibson. And able to use his blockers to get this up over the 40. 48 yards rushing for him now in the ball game.
If you can keep getting gains like that, Charles, with the lead here in the fourth quarter, I mean, keep running it, right?
No doubt about it, but what the offense coordinator has to do is understand they're going to continue to stack the line of scrimmage. What runs do you have in your arsenal that'll work against a stacked box and continue to move the ball?
4 yards the pickup, first down. Now, I'm guessing you'd say this is kind of the key here. Grind out some yardage, work on that clock, see if you can continue to tick it down.
Definitely, you want to bleed things out at this point, right? Continue to possess the football, gain some yardage, and put the onus on the defense. Do they have to use timeouts? What are they going to do to stop you? You're taking charge.
Give him 3 on first down. It'll set up a 2nd and 7.
gonna go play action here. First time in the game. Gonna look for one of the other guys to be open.
On play action, Fitzpatrick. His throw incomplete. Was trying to get it to and it's 3rd down.
Nowadays, quarterbacks don't mind throwing into coverage because of the
You have no
confidence they
idea
have in
how
their
much
receivers to come down with the ball.
I want to say some
Sometimes you
bad
have to be
words right
careful
about
you
now.
get too confident and throw an interception.
On 3rd down, Fitzpatrick. Looking for McLaurin, and he's got him. And he's taken down at the 43, but not before picking up the first.
I'll take that.
Trailing in the 4th, this close of a game, that's a penalty you just can't afford.
It's an absolute killer, and it's one that drives coaches and teammates insane.
Maybe a critical mistake at this juncture is now they've got a 1st and 10. A carry for Gibson. And down inside the 15 he goes. 15 yards last play and 15 yards here this go-around.
Well, that's a carry they have to be satisfied.
It's like I think they're getting
with. Throughout
tired.
This game, they've been satisfied with what he's given them. Whenever they've needed a big run, a first down, he's the guy they've turned to. And it doesn't
So
matter what the
once
defense
again, as a
thinks.
teenager growing up,
They have
with
the confidence to keep
Joe
handing it to
Gibbs,
him
John
and keeping
Riggins,
up good
they used to have something called the Riggo drill,
Thompson on the tackle.
where it would be fourth quarter, they're up in a game.
Huge defensive series.
Hey, they can read the scoreboard. They realize if they give up a field goal,
they're
this
up in a
might
game,
be out of reach.
and all I got to do is
Mistakes,
basically
and are playing accordingly.
run out the clock, and they would just keep giving the ball to Riggins, Riggins left, Riggins right, Riggins up the center.
Throwing on 2nd and 8, Fitzpatrick. And that is incomplete.
I know coaches tell us all the time that having a powerful arm isn't the #1 thing they look for in a quarterback. But when you're trying to throw inside routes and you need to put some heat on it, it helps to have the big gun. In this case, just a little bit too much.
Wow.
They take a shot at the end zone, but it's incomplete. Hopkins' kick is good. And that will bump the lead up.
Thought I had a touchdown there. Thought I had it. Harmon had cleared the coverage.
So that's CD, an important one here in the 4th quarter.
And that importance cannot be overstated. All eyes on both sidelines were staring that one down all the way. The significance is that they made
So that means that they would need a touchdown, a 2-point conversion, and a field goal to tie.
That was their goal at the start of the drive. Get 3 points, make it a 2-score game, and they were able to get it done.
Carolina getting set to take the field. And the complexion of this one has changed.
Stay in
a fair
man
amount.
coverage.
That last field goal made it a 2-score game, so they need to get points out of this drive relatively quickly. On first down, it's Darnold. That'll be caught by Anderson. And they're going to have this across midfield and inside.
All right, so how in man coverage is a guy going to be
Getting into
that
him in
wide open?
space pays off big time. That winds up going for 31.
Well, partner, I'm not sure how this drive's going to end, but how about the way they flip field position there? A nice attacking play. They picked up a heck of a chunk of yardage.
Darnold on first down. There he goes inside the 30. And finally marked down.
So
at the
when we talk about
23.
scripting,
Great gains back-to-back. Last
I believe
week,
Madden certainly doesn't like blowouts.
20 here.
Well, every drive from here
So,
on is
in
definitely
situations
crucial
like
critical.
this,
They know that they need to get at least 3 here to get it back to 1
you know, all of a sudden, you know, my team's just going to forget how to play football. And on man coverages, guys are still going to get wide, freak open.
Second back at the 33-yard line. Jonathan Allen picks up his second sack of the afternoon.
Now that was just absolute perfect man coverage. Nowhere for them to go with the football. Led to a sack. And that's really difficult to do in today's NFL with all these gazelles running around that you're trying to cover in the secondary.
After the sack on first down, Darnold, he finds his man, complete. That's more. A good pickup there, 13 yards as they get closer for third down. The Panthers on third down, not quite 50%, 4 for 9. This is 3rd and 7. A give running left, it's McCaffrey. And he'll get this one down to about the 17. Give him a couple on the run as it brings up a 4th down.
Now, since they need a field goal to tie, at least it makes sense here to, you know, take a field goal, put you in a position where all you need is a touchdown to tie.
All right, so they needed 2 scores to get back in the game. The field goal there, maybe not exactly.
I'm going to guard just in case.
There's still time remaining, and there's enough time to get it done. They've got to get at the least a 3 and out here to get the ball back, preferably a takeaway.
And only able to get this to the 19, so probably should have opted for the touchback. Another drive coming.
All I know is why in the hell is Ryan Fitzpatrick tired?
After the field goal a moment ago, so they'll be looking to string together.
But handing off the ball is friggin' exhausting.
As they begin 1st and 10. A good gain of 9 before he's brought down at the 28. And the objective there, I mean, yes, the positive gain, that's nice, but work some clock.
Yeah, you're exactly right, but the problem for them is still within a possession, so they can't just sit on it running the ball. They'll have to find a way to throw it effectively as well.
Well, I'm going to use the clock. I'm going to make them use their timeouts.
Fourth quarter, down to the final 2 minutes, and we've got a 1-score game. So it's Washington with the football here as we welcome you back. They've got a 2nd down now as they search for a way to get this one to the finish line. And he'll get it up near the 35, right at the 34 here. And now right out of the 2-minute break, we'll get a timeout used defensively with 1:56 to go. Not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up 1st and 10. They'll try and run some clock here as they keep it on the ground. And now with 1:52 to go, we get another pause in the action.
It should have been a huge gain.
The last run,
Which I love doing the Rigo drill because I remember Russ Grimm, in his Hall of Fame speech, he said that there is no greater feeling than taking a man from point A to point B against his will.
Yeah, how about that? A new set of downs. Clock continues to move. No better way to close out a game than to tap those mastodons you have up front and say, guys, keep pounding them. Let's keep the ball, keep their offense on the sidelines, and let's close this one out.
First down. It's Gibson. And the result here, a pickup of 8. Leaves him with 2 to go on 2nd down. Charles, why didn't they just take the knee there?
You're asking the question that I'm asking as well, because we've seen a lot of football where coaches decide maybe they get a little greedy. I don't know if they're doing it for stats or for what reason. We've seen it happen in college. How about in the NFL? The miracle of the Meadowlands. All they had to do was take a knee and the game was over. The Giants ran it one more time, ball popped free. Philadelphia picks it up and wins the game.
What year was that?
1978. I think it was in November.
You know, what's funny is that game, the Philadelphia and the Giants, they were talking about in 1978. I remember watching that game live. Joe Pisarcik misses somehow bungles the handoff. And Herman Edwards, you remember the guy, you play to win the game. Herman Edwards is the guy who picked that fumble up and ran it in for the Eagles. And scored that touchdown to win the game. Well, alrighty. Got my very first win in Madden 22. I think, if you compare my first game to the third, I would say there's a heck of a lot of improvement. But, I'll leave that for you to decide. Thank you for that channel, WinMadden. Thank you for the tips. I do love the Oakland Raiders playbook. To me, it seems like it made a huge difference in how I was able to play offensively. So definitely appreciate it. Until next time, you guys all have a wonderful evening.
So that'll do it for my partner, Charles Davis, and the best darn crew in the industry. I'm Brandon Gaudin. This has been
Look at that. I had 25 rushing yards in the first half. So, in the second half, 102 rushing yards.
Washington football team, as we say so long from FedEx Field.
And then, 90 passing yards in the second half. I had 167 in the first half. Let's look at... So 19 to 29. See, now, Fitzpatrick's stats are probably what you would see in an NFL game. I mean, 65% completion percentage. I mean, that most quality starting quarterbacks do that. 2 TDs, 1 pickle. But I mean, Sam Darnold, 74% completion percentage. Yeah. Not so much. All right, let's go rushing. Yep, Antonio Gibson, 5 yards a carry. And I think if you've got Sam Darnold as your quarterback, I think you need to rely a little bit more on Christian McCaffrey running the ball, especially when he's averaging 5.2 yards a carry. Let's go receiving. Yes, where he leads in receiving. Curtis Samuel leads in yards. And so, once again, if you look at Jonathan Allen, that's the guy who has control on most of the game. So I had 2 sacks. And then getting pressure up the middle, causing the quarterback to roll out, Chase Young had 2. So you say I had 4 sacks in the game. And once again, it's why I control the defensive linemen. I know all the good players online, they all control a secondary guy. But, I'm just not good enough at this point to be able to do that. But anywho, once again, that's a wrap. You guys have a great evening.